Well, hello, Lynn.
Hi,
Very happy to be here with you today.
thank you, Regina, for having me.
Absolutely. So, Lynn Croker, you're a relationship coach, a positive psychology coach. Lynn has traveled the world for 30 years plus, speaking, coaching, learning about relationships and human behavior, and is an international best-selling author, former paramedic, mother of 8 children, and wife. So, Lynn, I'm very interested. Can you tell us why is it you've been led to do what you do?
Oh, great question. Goes back a long time. I'm showing my age here.
It's great.
Um, when I was, oh, I don't know about you, but when you get into relationships, I find that, especially me, when I've met my first husband when I was 17, I had
Oh,
no idea about relationships. I didn't know anything about myself. I didn't know anything about my partner or how to be in a good relationship and how to make a successful relationship. And so I thought I'd better learn. That was really
right.
the driving force. And, like most people, when they get into relationships or marriages, they want it to be successful. You don't ever
Yeah.
expect it to not last.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to do that everything I could to make it a success. And the same when I had children. Again, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
These children don't come with manuals, do they?
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah. And so I thought, well, I wanted to be the best mum that I could be. So I thought I better start learning. And that started me on this journey of self discovery. First of all, I suppose, about myself, so I could learn about myself. And in turn, learning about myself, I was able to learn more about others and my partner and my children and how to communicate with others in a way that was easier and got a better outcome, like a win-win outcome for both of us. And I
Yeah.
think we all want that, don't we?
Yeah. Now, you've made a really good point there. I mean, so many relationships break up and marriages, never mind relationships. And people go into them thinking, oh, well, this is going to just work. And we don't live anymore where we have like the village, your grandmother or the village mentor. So that's important.
Absolutely. And they don't teach this in school, do they? They don't teach. I believe, I passionately believe that it's life skills, how to communicate with others, how to get to know yourself, and
Yeah.
that makes life so much easier. I have this tagline, and it is so true. I've been through some major challenges in my life, like everyone else. We all go through challenges. That's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
But when I developed these tools and learnt these tools, it just made those challenges so much easier, you know. And so relationships, life doesn't have to be that hard. Relationships don't have to be that hard when we have the basic tools to help us
Right.
navigate it.
Yeah, it's a really great point you made too. I mean, we don't get taught this in school or anywhere. So we really need to go to somebody who has done the work and has a system that basically can help us.
Yeah, and I'm so passionate about this because I've seen how much it's changed my life, getting to know me and what makes me tick. And then in the process, getting to know my partner and my children and others in general, so that I was able to, I thought, this stuff really works.
Right on.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way about relationships, about life in general, and thinking, well, I can't just keep this to myself. If it works for me, then it must work for others. And so that started me on this journey of coaching and helping others navigate their relationships and navigate life.
How do you help people who say, well, they may want to do relationship coaching, but they're really afraid, I think, of confronting themselves or being accountable in any way? What would you say to encourage someone like that?
Well, that's a great question, Regina. It's look, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a coach that will lie to you. It's not easy work because we have to go within and look at our wounds. We have to look at our
Mm,
inner emotions and why we explode in certain situations or why we withdraw in certain situations, what our triggers are.
mhm.
But I can honestly say 100% it is worth the work. It
Absolutely.
is
Yeah.
worth getting to know yourself, and fear's a natural thing. I mean, when we start to get out of our comfort zone and do anything new that we've never done before, it's scary. It really is. And some people let that fear define us and stop us doing the things we want to do. And others go, well, in my situation, I went, whew, okay, I feel this fear, but I really want to do this. So I'm just going to do it anyway and work through it.
It's certainly worth the effort when you think that you could ruin your relationship and break up your family for not going there.
Absolutely. You know yourself, you're a mother. We pass all this on to our children, and the fact that, we want to give our children the best life possible. We want to have the most enriched and abundant relationships. And we can't do
Yes.
that without looking at our stuff first. Because I know, I don't know about you, having 4 kids and 4 stepkids
Yeah.
brings
Wow.
up a lot of stuff. Kids are
Well,
our
I bet
best
a lot of
teachers.
people, yeah, yeah. I bet a lot of people think, well, if my partner just did some therapy, what do you have to say about that?
Oh, most of my clients come to me, and initially that's their mindset. And initially it was for me too, until I started doing the a bit more work and delving a bit deeper. And the thing is, we need to take responsibility for our part in what's going on.
Yeah.
If something's not right, or if we got a challenge, or someone's upset us, or someone said something to us that we don't like, then okay, we can't control them, but we can control us. So the only thing we control is us, and we can change the way we look at things. We can
Yep.
change our mindset, our perception. Because you know what it's like when you get, say, for example, a text on your phone, and you can interpret that a
Yeah.
thousand different ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so learning to navigate that and know that, everyone perceives, or their perception or interpretation of things is totally different.
Yes.
And being able to navigate that is, to me, basic life skills.
Yep. No, that's excellent, Lynn. Yeah. So, what would you say people get from working with you?
Well, if you just look at my testimonies,
Yeah.
I find there's the same thing across the board, where all the women, I have worked with some men, but predominantly women,
Hmm.
and it's really interesting. It's the same as I got when I did the work myself, and I still do the daily practices that I teach my clients every single day. I don't believe in
Fabulous.
teaching someone something that I don't do
Right.
myself.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think integrity and being ethical in that respect is crucial
Yes.
in this work. And so, really, it's about, how do I describe it? It's about understanding that times are going to be tough,
Hmm.
and that you can get through it. You really can. And in
Wow,
the
that's great.
process, I'm probably going off track here a bit with your question, but in the process, I get so passionate about the tools because I know they work and they've changed people's lives. Because
That's
the
great.
women, when they give their testimonies, they improve their happiness, something like 500%.
Wow.
Yeah, they increase their
Yeah,
financial by increasing their happiness and their awareness and these skills. It increases all aspects, improves their financial aspect. It improves their situation at their work. It improves their relationship with their children and their family.
that's
And that's a
huge.
beautiful ripple effect that I love is learning these tools is not just for your relationship. It's the ripple effect is it affects every aspect and improves every
Yes,
aspect of your life. And that's what I love.
that really makes sense. So do you do couples as well?
Absolutely. I just find
Excellent.
I just find one is a little bit more hesitant than the other to come on board, but absolutely. If they're both willing to give the relationship a go and be open-minded to learning some basic new tools. It's not going to be such a big drama
Right
if
on.
they're open and willing to give these new tools and strategies a go.
That's great. That's just great. So I notice you have a tagline, Lynn Croker, Superwoman versus Real Woman. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, great question. Oh, really interesting how this come about because having excuse me, four children and then four stepchildren, then being a paramedic, and it's a very demanding career.
Yes. Yes.
Having, running a household and being a wife, and then I was running a business and starting all these things, people started to call me, oh, gee, you're a superwoman. And I thought, and I looked at that and I thought, well, most of us women are superwomen, aren't we? We're juggling so many things and we all just get in and just do what we need to do. And I thought, okay, we seem to manage the superwoman role really well, but we're not in touch with the real woman, who we really are.
Right on.
And by in the process of me getting in touch with me, the real Lynn, who's
Yes.
Lynn, what
Yeah.
do I like? What do I want? What's my purpose in life? What do I want to achieve? All these things that make me tick, what makes me happy?
Mm-hmm.
Really, what are my values? What are my belief systems that are working for me and others that are not working for me that I need to change? All
Yeah.
these things that make me tick, it it's getting in touch with the real woman. And so that's why I got the tagline,
That's
Superwoman versus
great.
Real Woman.
That's great, Lynn. Well, now how can people contact you? They may be watching this and go, wait a minute, this sounds like a really good idea. How do I get in touch with Lynn?
Well, I'll put the link below that they can have a free 30-minute session
Oh, wow.
with me. It's
Nice.
like a relationship breakthrough session.
Right on.
Yeah, and that's just we have a bit of a chat and just look at what areas the person wants to work on and how they can improve that area. Or I'll put a link below too, because if people listening to this want to work on their relationship and improve their relationship, then there's a relationship. I call it, how healthy is your relationship?
Great.
A
Great.
checklist just to get a
An
real,
idea. Hmm.
yeah, really good idea of where the relationship is at. Is their relationship healthy or does it need improving? And some people have
Excellent.
fantastic relationships, and that's wonderful. That's awesome. I'd love them to still contact me because we can learn a lot from what they're doing to help others and show
That's
others.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, my website, Superwoman versus Real Woman, or the usual social media, Facebook, Superwoman versus Woman, LinkedIn. There's so many different aspects, but I'll leave the links below if they want to
Excellent.
contact me in any way.
Well, excellent. Lynn, this has been, I'd say, inspiring. It's really interesting to hear about what you have to offer, but it sounds like these are really basic life skills that we all need. So
Absolutely.
this is fabulous. Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
so
time.
much for having me. I really appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Take
Okay.
care.
Aloha. Thank you. Aloha.
Bye.